Hey everybody, how's it going? Rose here. Coming back to you with another Xenoverse 2 video. Hope you guys are doing good today. Make sure you drop that like button, hit the subscribe, share with your friends, and drop a comment down below. That really helps out the channel. Today we're going to talk about a more in-depth discussion about how I think Ultra Instinct's moveset will be in the show. I mean, not in the show, I'm sorry, in the game of Xenoverse 2 when he comes out for DLC. So without wasting any more time, let's just get started. Now, before I recorded the video, I did already have a list of names for his attacks so that we can keep things moving at a much faster pace. So yeah, let's get started. So the first attack we have on the list is one of my personal favorites, Autonomous Assault. Now, Autonomous Assault captures the iconic scene where Goku punched Kefla during their fight. So I think that would be a good way to showcase off the difference between the current Ultra Instinct and the possible new one that we could be getting. Now, before I go further, I am going to say that most of the clips I'm using are from mods, so just beware. Now, as you can clearly see, Autonomous Assault is a strike-based super. That is how I think Ultra Instinct Goku should be. He should be a strike-based and stamina character, because the current one we have is a key character. So I think the nice difference would be really good for new ways to playing him. But yeah, that would be his super attack 2. Now the next one is more of a counter move than it is a regular super attack. Personally, this is one of my favorite attacks. I think it belongs in the game. So let's name this attack Autonomous Strike. Now, how this would work is, as you can see on the screen, before, like any counter, before he hits you, he would back up, flip, and do his 2 strikes. Now, before I continue, I am going to say that this isn't accurate. I'm pretty sure we might not even see this in the game. This video is just the sole purpose of being an overview of what I think we might be expecting. Now, this move is just going to be a strike counter, and what I mean by is it won't be able to counter key-based attacks. For example, pressure sign, that you can either hit them or shoot a key blast and they get countered. So not only would this move please a lot of Ultra Instinct fans, myself included, it's just something different to see. Alright, so that was the 2 new super attacks. Now let's discuss a new ultimate that would be replacing Godly Display, and this move would be Celestial Whirlwind. Now, Celestial Whirlwind is another iconic scene from the show where Goku just completely shits on Jiren. I did go over this topic in my most recent video about why I think Ultra Instinct Goku belongs in Xenoverse 2 as the next DLC character. So this is the move that I think we should be getting with his character. It really, just like sets off the vibe of his character altogether. Now, what would make this attack unique for both CACs and Ultra Instinct is that it would work 2 ways. The first way being it would be a counter to key attacks. Now, as you can see on the screen, he clearly counters Jiren's full power energy wave and goes into the attack, similar to how Divine Kamehameha works, whereas it doesn't really matter what you're doing, it will completely get rid of the defensive armor that you have when performing an attack. Now, the second way that this move would work is that it would be like Brave Sword attack, where you would just rush in at the opponent and attack them. Now, I think this move should be unblockable, as Jiren can't seem to block it in both the show and the game, but that's just my opinion. Now, I do have another ability for him. It is new. However, I don't have a clip for it, so I'll just have to explain. So this move would be God Kamehameha, a combination of both Divine Kamehameha and Warp Kamehameha or Super Kamehameha, whichever one you want to choose. Now, how it would work is it can only be a counter to ultimates, unlike Divine Kamehameha, of course. It would, how do I put this? It would, instead of like sliding on top of the key wave, like in the anime versus Kefla, instead of sliding on the key wave like he did, he would just move side to side Or in other words, he would just teleport beside the key wave until he reaches you. Now, I think this move isn't the greatest of ideas that I had so far, but it's just something different and new for both the character and our CACs. Now, do I think this move would be given to our CACs? No. I personally want Celestial Whirlwind for our CACs because that is one of my favorite Ultra Instinct attacks. Same for Autonomous Strike and Autonomous Assault, but that's not up to me, that's up to Bandai. Even if they want to add any of these attacks, that's still up to their decision. This is just a discussion of what I think they would be. Now, enough about God Kamehameha, since there's not much explaining for that move, it would just work. Picture a Warp Kamehameha and Sliding Kamehameha mixed together, and then you got God Kamehameha. Now, I do have another attack. It is an evasive, so let's get into that. Now, this next attack is an evasive, so the name for it would be Inner Roar or Inner Scream, whatever you want to choose. How it would work is similar to how God of Destruction's Roar works. It would force you to block it. Now, instead of how the longer you charge it, the longer the guard break, it doesn't matter how long you charge it, you will just be forced to block it. Now, depending on how low your stamina will be, will determine whether or not you get your stamina broken from it or not. But it's just a way to give us something new to the table. Something that we have seen before, but it would function differently. You know, that's usually how Bandai works. Now, that's it for his new attacks. I do have more on the list as far as like Supersouls and what they would do sort of thing. I am going to put a picture on the screen of my list in different sections. I believe I just posted them on the screen. As you can see, I did separate the character into two different presets. One with one of the new attacks and another with most of them. The first preset consists of Autonomous Strike, Autonomous Assault or Divine Assault, Divine Kamehameha, and Surging Spirit, as well as Celestial Whirlwind and God Kamehameha, along with Inner Roar. The second preset will consist of Autonomous Strike, Kamehameha, Soaring Fist, and Surging Spirit, Celestial Whirlwind, and Super or Warp Kamehameha. So those what I think would be the presets for the character. You know, a couple of new Ultra Instinct abilities, and then, you know, he can utilize the old ones. Now, I didn't put Godly Display in there for a reason, and that is because Godly Display is not an Ultra Instinct attack. It is something that Bandai made to sort of, you know, mask the other attacks that should have been in the game. Now, it's nothing against Bandai. I understand how hard coding can be. I am not a coder, but I do understand the troubles that it can take. But that's for his two presets. Now I am going to go over the two Supersouls that I have made for his character. The first one being just, you know, him screaming, which is I'm not gonna, you know, scream because I don't really need to. But that is the first one. Now, how it would work is that every time that you use Inner Scream, your melee damage would get increased by medium, and your strike-based skills would get increased by medium. I think the reason for this is because, you know, in Dragon Ball, if you scream, it gives you power. So that's a good way to showcase that. Now, the second Super Soul would work a little differently. After your HP has depleted below 50%, your strike-based attacks would be boosted by large, giving you a bit of a damage buff, similar to how the Ultra Instinct Super Soul works, where I think it's if your health is below like 25 or something like that, it buffs his skills. I'm not sure what skills specifically, but it does buff things. Now, the name of it would be just Autonomous Ultra Instinct. Most Super Souls are named after quotes from the show, and that is a quote from the show. He does say it to Kefla during their fight in both the English sub and dub, so that's just something simple I chose to sort of, you know, keep it moving. As you can see, I did write them in sort of the Bandai fashion of writing Super Souls. You know, you have the quote, whose it is, what it does, stuff like that. Now, next we're gonna go over his regular basic moveset, combos, things like that. Now, his basic light string should just be the Ultra Instincts regular light string, and that's like the best one for him. There's really nothing else to that. His second 2-button string should also be the Ultra Instincts 2-button string. No, not every single string of his will be from UI Goku. I did throw in some Goku ones in there just to give it like a different variety of attacks. Now, personally, I think the skills would be a combination of both, but I just chose those 2 different characters to sort of showcase what I'm talking about. Now, the next string we're going to go over is going to be, I believe, the Goku strings. I don't remember the button combination for them, but I did put them on the side of the screen so that you guys can see. So that's what those 2 strings would be. I don't remember what they are, but as you can see, that's what they are, or what I think that they should be. But anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Share with your friends. It does help out the channel a lot, so I do appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, then drop a comment below. Bye.
This is Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black.